Hello all, and welcome to this, and this will be my review of the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to get too in-depth to it. Thought this was a pretty blah show, to be honest. Especially for a Royal Rumble, especially for a Big Four event. This was not very good for an overall show, but we'll get into that. So, we start off with Daniel Bryan, Big Show, Mark Henry, cage match. I actually really liked this, even though it was short. I thought that they did a pretty good job of guys getting in their spots and making it look pretty competitive, and I really liked the spot at the end. So, yeah, really good. I thought that was a really good match. Then we got video package. Yay, video packages on pay-per-view. Even though this is one that I don't really mind as much, but still you're putting video packages on pay-per-view. Regular video packages you could put on TV and probably, a much bigger audience, and that's probably what you would want to do to try to hype up WrestleMania. And that's what this was. It was a WrestleMania hype up video. And yeah, it was for John Cena. It was, people trying to get sympathy for John Cena. Apparently they're trying to do this, Team Cena, Team Rock thing, which, blah. Then we got women's match, the Bellas, Natalya, Beth Phoenix versus Alicia Fox, Eve, Kelly, and Tamina. Yeah, not. It was better than you would thought because they actually gave them time, but it still wasn't anything to write home about in your basic Divas type match. Then we got a thing leading up to John Cena and Kane with Zack Ryder, which was just garbage. This whole thing, everything from this point to the very, very, very end was pretty horrible. Even though I thought the match itself, while it was going on, looked like it might actually be better than I thought it was going to be. It was still, this whole feud has been wretched, and I hope to God it wins, worst feud of the year, because this has been just a wretched feud. So, and ended in a count out, went way too long, was basically, what you would expect to see for this feud to be on Raw. Don't understand why they had to do this, but oh well, I guess they got to give Cena something to do till WrestleMania. So there we go there. Let's see, what else did we have? What other crappy stuff? We got a Rock video, basically the same thing as the Cena video at some point. And then we got Drew McIntyre taking on Brodus Clay. I'm not big on Brodus Clay myself. I know a lot of people are. The only reason I'm not is I think you have enough comedy-esque characters for both shows that you don't need another one. And I'm not big on it. Then we got CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler. This was very good. I wouldn't call it great, but I would call it very good. I think it was a little bit overbooked, though I do think it probably needed to be a little bit overbooked, so I'm fine with that. They did a really good job, so there you go. Then we have the Royal Rumble itself, which I would say up until the very end was okay by Royal Rumble standards. I thought when you got to Jericho and Sheamus, it was actually a pretty good ending sequence. I've heard some people bitching about it, and of course Sheamus won, which I'm completely fine with. I'm fine with that myself. It's not like the winner of this was actually going to main event WrestleMania. That is something I think they need to change. I really do. I do think they need to change that. The winner of it really does need to main event WrestleMania. Though this year you have Cena and Rock, you're gonna have Undertaker, and I hope not Triple H. And then whatever CM Punk does. So and then if we have CM Punk and Chris Jericho probably didn't really need to go over here. And if you have Sheamus and Orton, or Sheamus and whoever, Daniel Bryan, whoever, I think that's fine. So I'm fine with this. I think it gives Sheamus a nice little going into WrestleMania, which I was very low on Sheamus before, but that was only because I thought there were other guys they could have put in his spot. I think he's really come into it, and there you go. But the Rumble itself was, I would say, was okay. We got some surprises. We got Jim Duggan. Karma came back. That was a pretty good spot. I wasn't too big on the announcers all getting involved in the match. Wasn't really big into that. We got Road Dogg came back. Jim Duggan. You know. So you had that. You had Mick Foley. You had a nice little comedy spot with Mick Foley and Santino, which was fine. So it was okay. It just wasn't booked very good, and you never had a bunch of guys in there that you felt, okay, this guy could win, and that's kind of WWE's own fault for not building up guys. So there you go. So I give the pay-per-view a 6.5. I think I really didn't enjoy it that much, so I just felt it was kind of there, and there we go. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Ring Kikine, which if you don't know what that is, that's the new TNA's India venture, I guess. It is up here on YouTube. I'm sure most of you have probably seen it. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out. It's actually kind of a fun thing to see. I think they actually did a pretty good job. I guess it was somewhat in English, I would say. The guys that speak English all cut English promos, and then the Indians all cut Indian promos and kind of broken English promos. But overall, I thought the show was actually really good, and it had a lot of things that TNA itself seems to be missing at times, at least from the last time I saw it. So, I would recommend checking out that as well. So, and that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm not really big into getting, if this is the road to WrestleMania, I would say this is a great road to WrestleMania. It's kind of unfortunate. I'm just going to say this now. I'm kind of worried that, with Rock and Cena, you're probably going to get a huge buy rate for WrestleMania. And if I was WWE, I would want to showcase a lot of the young talent. And when I say that, I mean give them long matches. Try to get people who order the show go, ooh, I want to see these guys wrestle again. And I don't think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see what we have kind of been getting from WrestleMania, which is very long entrances. Sometimes the entrances actually being longer than the matches. I think that would be a mistake, especially with guys like Kane and Bryan. And I think that there is a chance to get guys over with this WrestleMania, and I don't think they're going to do that. And that kind of bothers me to an extent. But that's that. Oh, and my 2011 matches have, unless there's something I missed that I haven't seen, I've pretty much updated and done, so you guys can go to my homepage and check that out too. So there you go, just so you guys know. So anyways, I'm out.